This peaceful protest turned into a melee with scuffles and arrests and dead people on the streets of Washington and rubber bullets in the guns of riot police. Fox's Griff Jenkins was at today's rally. He joins us now live in Washington. Griff, obviously you survived. Was it a terribly aggressive crowd you saw today?
It was. Hey, Laurie, how are you? It was a beautiful day as well as an eventful day. A group called the Answer Coalition, Act Now to Stop War and End Racism, had folks like Cindy Sheehan, Iraq, Veterans Against the War, whole groups marched from the White House all the way to the Capitol to do their die-in, symbolic civil disobedience to represent the people that have died in Iraq. Along the way, there were also some pro-war protesters. But when I got to the die-in, let me take you to this tape. I talked to one of those who played dead. Take a look at this. Can I ask you why you're here today?
I'm here standing in solidarity with the American people. We the majority. We the people who do not stand with the president and Congress because they'll do nothing. They will not listen to our opinion. That's why I'm here, because I represent the people. We all represent the people of this country.
And do you feel that the troops, are you a former veteran?
No, I'm not.
Do you feel that the troops over there are fighting to protect America, to fight against Al-Qaeda?
They are fighting against nothing. They're fighting for nothing. They are dying for nothing. This happened in America 40 years ago. This happened in this country with Nixon, when Lyndon B. Johnson were in office. We're just experiencing history all over again. So I'm going to do exactly what I read in my history books and practice my First Amendment.
And last question, do you believe General Petraeus was telling the truth, or do you agree with that Petraeus said that he's a traitor?
General Petraeus is a coward. He speaks for no one but himself and the people who want money with him. All the oil mongering war, he's not us. He does not speak for us. He does betray us. He's not our general. We are our own general.
So, Laurie, I found myself right there in the middle of this die-in, and we were right on a barricade line with the Capitol Police, who were in full riot gear, and there were a lot of people that wanted to get arrested. I would say upwards of 200 of the crowd of about 5,000 or 6,000 that were there, and the cops weren't messing around. They quickly took these people and led them away. But what was very interesting was that there were at least 1,000 or so pro-war, pro-troop folks. They called themselves Gathering of Eagles, and mostly made up of veterans. And along the route, they taunted and yelled and shouted at the anti-war folks. So it was a very heated and angry environment there for most part of this afternoon.
Yeah, it seems like the anti-war protesters were young, and obviously those who were counter-protesting seemed to be older. A couple quick questions for you. What was their reaction to the media being there? And out of all the rallies that you've seen, did this one stand out in your mind at all?
Well, it did stand out a little bit, and I have been to, 10 or 12 of these things, Laurie, and I think most of them recognized me. They were very hostile, some of the anti-war folks, but there were other folks that did want to just be honest with me. What was different is the discourse. The fact that you have pro-war folks and anti-war folks clashing with each other in fairly equal numbers, the anti-war folks having about 2 to 1, I would say, actually. It's creating a more aggressive, more combative environment, and I think you're going to see this only get worse as the war continues.
Well, and I want to follow up with that. Do you think that we're seeing a trend here as far as what the tone and the tenor of protests are going to be like in Washington, particularly as the conflict in Iraq continues on?
Yes, I do. I think so. Because one of the things I asked them is, the Democrats are in control. Are you upset with them as well? The war is certainly still going on, and arguably as large as it has been since the invasion started. And, the anti-war crowd is just extremely angry at the Democrats, at the president. Most of them called General Petraeus a tool or part of, the Bush apparatus. And so I think they're just very upset that they can't cause change.
Yeah, these are the people who have never served and probably never will serve. Anyway, Griff Jenkins, thank you very much for that report. Interesting.
Thanks, Laurie.